So another 2 episodes in the book for season 8, and yes, we're going to be talking about episode 4 and Rick Wick, John Rick, which is also known as episode 3. Vague spoiler alert. So for episode 3, it was quite simple. They just tied up the Citadel of Rick stuff. They were kind of trying to rebuild it, but that all obviously went wrong, as it does. Really, the only sort of ongoing story now is Evil Morty. I mean, Space Beth is kind of a vague ongoing one, but she's part of the extended family as dealt with in episode 2. We knew that anyway. Oh, Colonel Rick, KFC Rick. Oh, that was fun, but it was classic. Now, the one thing that I didn't like about episode 3 was the fact that it didn't. This was the first one, I think, that didn't have any of the members of the family in it. We didn't have original or our Rick in it. So it was fun. I hope as an experiment, because it felt like that they went, right, okay, we've done it, we don't want to do anymore, because I just don't think as a thing it's going to work going forward if they do that too often. But hey, they tried it, whatever, we will see if that's more of a thing. Now, as for episode 4, a bit random having an Easter theme, and I did think at first it was going to be a Jerry episode with the way that he was deck the halls with lots of Easter eggs, which is not necessarily a spoiler, but he was really excited for the holidays, as you'd expect Jerry to be. Now, he does kind of get bitten by an Easter bunny, has a sort of Easter bunny virus, typical Rick and Morty, and you realise very quickly that it's going to involve all of the members of the family, which I was like, I love Jerry, but good. I like the fact that we got 2 new factions. I don't think the Prometheus faction with their butts at the front are actually going to be an ongoing thing. The Space Christians, maybe. I could see a maybe sort of thing where it's like they might actually bring those in if they're popular, because they've kind of tied up the Gromflamites a bit. It's not they can't have them in it, but I think they need new other aliens that we're aware of, not just random ones, going forward. Because, as I said, you don't tie things up per se, but when you've done sort of the whole, I hate you, oh, we'll sort of team up, oh, I guess you're not quite as bad as we think, but I still don't like you, and I can still have you in future episodes, you need new things. And Space Christians, it worked on many levels, so for Rick and Morty, many levels. Like, this is an in-depth thing. Also love the Indiana Jones thing with the portal gun all of a sudden. That just became a thing. I think that's probably going to be a 1-episode thing. So generally, our Morty is a little bit smarter than the ones, say, at the Citadel and other Mortys that we come across, minus Evil Morty, of course, and a couple of others. But when he kept getting the Andromeda Galaxy thing wrong, it just felt really random, like, okay. But at the same time, like, it was way funnier than it had any right to be. To Andromeda! It worked. It was funnier than it had any right to be. I don't necessarily think this episode added anything to the characters, per se. Like I said, the ideal thing is where they add small things, but where you can identify it later on if you watch the series, but where if you pick it up, it just doesn't matter. I mean, Jerry got ripped and Beth enjoyed it, but that was just Jerry and Beth anyway. That was completely predictable. And then the way that Rick and Morty dealt with the Easter... Oh, the Easter Island mystery solved. That's one for the books, isn't it? Because it was the Easter people. Hey, there you go. But yeah, it didn't really add anything. I actually forgot that someone wasn't involved with the episode until right at the end. Oops. And randomly, the story of wanting to have society implode by having sex semi-reminded me of a movie, Perfume, the story of a murderer. Now, he's not trying to bring about the end of society, he's trying to make the perfect perfume so people just will have sex and just break out and that will just happen. But they weren't going for that, because Rick and Morty takes from everything in every episode. There's always a reference to something. It wasn't that, but it was like, huh, kind of reminded me of that randomly. Obviously, Prometheus was a big thing in this, and anything Christian related. I mean, you can go into lots of different things. I swear this was a multi-layered one in that sense, but not multi-layered in the sense of being complicated. There's nothing complicated about Rick and Morty. And actually, just in conclusion, it was nice the Christian guy actually saving the day, even though they'd been chopped in half. Aside from that, it was just a solid episode. I'm going to also be completely honest, I started doing these episode reviews of Rick and Morty, and doing them individually has been a bit of a struggle. So, I'm going to do a halfway review for the next episode, and then I'm just going to do an end of season review. Yeah, I think I bit off a little bit more than I can chew, if I'm being honest, in terms of... I'm not just saying things for the sake of it, but it's easy to try to go into that, and I've tried to avoid that as best I can. But mea culpa, that's the way it is. But did you enjoy this week's episode? Please let me know below in the comment section, and like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Ring the bell. Thank you very much, and until next time, I'll see you later.